Yo, 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 yo. Show enough. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Really Though, where we strive to answer one question and one question only. That question is, really though? And usually, the answer is really though. I was talking to my homeboy, Kill C-Ray, and he was like, man, I can't believe people still get that question wrong when you have them on as guests. I'm like, well, what can I say, man? That just, some people don't know that the answer to really though is really though. Anyway, what's up? I'm Cookbook. Here's your monthly dosage of positivity, success principles, and mind states that you can take into whatever walk of life you're in. If you're a rapper, producer, musician, actor, we got what you need. If you're a businessman, a doctor, a trash man, we got what you need, man, on the positivity tip. Yo, if you're listening to this right when it comes out, I got my man Tumex on the podcast, and we talk about the 3-year anniversary show for Platform Collection. Shout out to platformcollection.com. And we speak of it being August 4th. Well, it is August 3rd. August 3rd at the Slide Bar in Fullerton. Come out. It starts at 8. It's an early show. But yeah, man, like I said, we got Tumex on the show today. I've been trying to get Tumex on the show since I started the podcast. And what's great about it is he drops a lot of knowledge, a lot of success principles that he's lived by. He's overcome large circumstances and turned them into successes. But stick around to the end, man, because at the end, it's just like two old homies who've been in this game for a long time, man. We tell some really cool stories, and I think he tells some things that he hasn't told publicly, maybe ever. And if so, it has been for a long time. So let's start off with one of the songs from his new album, and we'll get into the interview. This is Really Though, y'all. Really Though! Really Though.
Really though.
Once again, it's on. Los Angeles Mexicans on some fuck Donald Trump shit. Selling CDs out of the trunk, spitting bars like a Danny overdose. Most folks can comprehend bending light on the son of the magician. Mission statement hidden in the mission district, and the trick is that it's written in graffiti. Need a master to deceiving to decipher what I'm reading. Keeping homeless honeycomb so they can overcome and hone their skills. I'm trying to warn you, fame kill of Mexican descent. I am still. You were put on this planet to do more than pay bills. Keep your head high and stay chill. Keep the freestyle fellowship and free will. 2Max, LA Underground Hall of Fame. You know them bars coming out when you call my name. I lost my leg last year, but it's all the same. I'm still the visionary crew and against the grain. Trying to tell you that Monsanto's poison in the grain. Social media trying to overtake your brain. Fame kills, so you all are the walking dead. Digital slaves to a satanic talking head. Fed scraps like a nation of zombies that can't rap. I don't give a fuck, I run laps telepathically. For you simple-minded, I no longer have apathy. The war inside your mind is really fucking happening. They're vacuuming the acumen, they're forcing you back to bed. I'm back to bending letters for the betterment of other brothers that are acting like they never ever had a mother. Motherfucker, don't you know that gutters overflow from the rhythm that I grow? Only honeysuckle lotus and there very few that know that my music in the harvest so the buzz can truly grow. I'm around right now for the time being. R.I.P. Rob 15 ID. And my God idea, you get the crying Jordan face if you don't know about Crimea. Crimea River if you really don't know what's up, G. Girls, what's with the dog noses? You ain't a puppy, I know. Girl, you know you love me out of this atmosphere. Shout out to Ann and Slug, cause God loves ugly. Some got some love, fights back lovely. Peace, life, Rex, all DC and Subby. No, I keep it bummy. Homeless, handsome, ransom notes to the throat. Under the table, I'll slip you envelopes of hope until you're able to stay woke, broke. So many barriers, I'm like the more the merrier. Every views of my dreams come true. When I open my mind, you're welcome to come to me. And they war 1 or the 012 Van Halen vanity plates. Oh, you 812, I run my face off. cause the great ones do. I did the most to pay dues, I even hosted paid news crews. Puff out their chest just like they Terry Crews. They barely get off the ground like Howard Hughes. Fools wanna mumble mouth and you wanna buy their shit, then you're the fucking problem and you're the fucking bitch. All the 40 years of the blood, sweat and tears for some fly licking gear and some mongers of fear. Here stands with your souls in, secretly feeding. Fuck what your friends think. Follow me and find the meaning. Don't believe me when I tell you that I have all the answers. In LA I got more backup than hammered answers. An example of what happens when you're really good at rapping. Grab the universe by the ear and say, let it happen. I'm an LA underground OG, just smoke me out with some trees. I'm getting tired of dabbing.
Yo, so man, what's up, 2Max?
Oh man, I'm chilling, dude. Chilling, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
Welcome.
A nice hot day.
Well, yeah. Welcome to Really though, bro.
I'm saying, man. Finally, man.
Finally, dude. I just want to say, just getting started, man. I just want to say, I forgive you. I forgive you, bro. Because
forgive me, bro.
You've relentlessly mocked me, made fun of me on your podcast over and over and over again, bro.
Oh yeah, that was promo, man.
And
it's
it
like
just
Tupac
hurt my heart,
winking
bro.
at Biggie. It was like Tupac winking at Biggie, homie.
It just hurt my heart so much, bro. And I had all these jabs, and I was ready to come back at you, man. But I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be nice, bro. So instead, I'm gonna just ask you some nice, friendly questions, man. Before we get into the thick of what you're doing, man. Is that all right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Cool, man.
So there's a softball interview. I thought I was about to get.
Yeah, nah.
I've heard the show, man. I thought it was.
Yeah, nah. We're just gonna softball some stuff at you. Like first question, bro.
Cool.
Who's your favorite character from Lord of the Rings?
I've never seen any of those movies. Ever.
Man,
dude, I don't like epics like that.
Man,
I don't like 300 and all those. I don't like any movie that has more than 300 extras.
Well, I think most people would probably agree that your favorite character from Lord of the Rings must be Legolas.
Oh, because is he missing a leg? That just sounds funny.
Just kidding, bro.
That just sounds funny. Is he like a stump or what?
Nah, dude, he's just an elf, dude. But his name is Legolas. So
Legolas is kind of funny though. I could already heard it off the top. I was like, oh, they got a handicapped troll in that shit.
Handicapped troll, bro. Nah, man.
Dude, I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I'm telling you.
Yo, that's a trip. But hey, man, I always felt like, you're doing real good, bro, in spite of all the stuff that you've been through, man. And you remember when 50 Cent got shot 9 times, bro? And he just kind of used that shit.
I know.
I know. He kind of used that shit to flip it into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, what you're going through, it's kind of the same thing in a way, man. You're able to use it and just flip it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, I purposely ate 600 cheesecakes, dude. So that I could get diabetes on purpose.
You didn't purposely do it, but now, bro,
so that I could make one last run at the industry.
Nah, bro, but you got all this attention, bro, and now, bro, you got all this attention and shit, and now, bro, you got a leg up on the competition, bro.
Oh, jeez.
You know what this is?
Damn,
this
what are you,
is
Will
really
Smith
though.
and Focus? Damn, really? Damn, you set me up like Will Smith and Focus.
Oh man, I know, bro.
You set me up way back on that one. Oh yeah, no, I purposely did get diabetes.
Of course,
I needed one more sympathetic run at the industry. You know what I mean? So I was like, what if I chop one of my limbs off?
Yeah, dude, that's the way to do it.
You know what I mean? And make a music video where I'm crying in it.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
Maybe the industry will
that's
finally
what's up, dude. Relentless Instagram videos from the
homie.
Hospital and shit, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, dog, like the little stumpy homie.
And then,
I realized that was a demographic that nobody was touching.
Nobody was fucking with the stumpies.
Dude, just me and the homegirl wheelchair sports champs.
Yeah, dude.
There wasn't that many.
That's what I'm
You
saying,
ever heard
bro.
of them?
Nah. Oh yeah, I have. I know what you're talking about.
They're hard. But yeah, you know what I mean? I had to take me and Cujo from Goody Mob, you know what
I mean? Dude.
We had to we talked and shit a long time ago. And
bro, but I'm saying, man, you did take it with a good spirit, man, and you stayed positive after going through a lot. Now you got Lostpital, bro. I'd say you're really putting your best foot forward.
Damn. Oh, shit. There's a cookbook coming at me.
Hey.
I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
nigga.
I wouldn't have it any other way, dude.
Hey, my nigga, I told you I wasn't gonna bag on you, man. But
Hey,
you know,
man, and I told the people from Platform Collection that I needed to do your show because you needed some ratings.
Oh, yeah, you're right, bro. I need to get my numbers up, bro.
I'm telling you, dog, I had to come save your show, dog. Like,
I know. I was like, but can we really call them 2 mix anymore, or is it just 1 mix now?
Oh, I mean, because I was like, how many times can the members of LA Symphony download your podcast?
Oh,
there's only 10 of y'all niggas. So
I know, man.
You're only getting like
24
and
the sad thing is none of them fools is downloading none of them. So,
man,
I think it's just
that's
me.
Dog.
Like,
I love it though. I love it.
I think I just download it myself and listen to it as many times as possible.
I was wondering who fucking listens to your show.
I know.
Dog.
I keep deleting it and then downloading it again, and hopefully that gets the numbers up. But it's like Ferris Bueller. I'm trying to run the wheels backwards to make the odometer go back down.
I seen the numbers from the background, dog. I was like,
shit.
I was like, damn.
You know what?
Go ahead. Get hit in the face with a pie or something.
I need a hit. Yeah, I need a hit podcast, and I think you're the one to do it for me, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure, dog. Because you came in good with the dude from Breaking Bad, and then it's just all downhill.
And then I broke bad myself, bro. It just went bad
dog,
from there.
I'm back. You know, what I mean,
you had to come save me, bro. The one-legged wonder.
Chino Excel, homie.
I know.
Here to save you all.
That's it. That's what's up. But honestly, like on the real, dude, the 2Mex Hologram Radio and giving me the Stereotype show actually has boosted my numbers a lot, bro. Like I seen a big spike starting in March. I had DJ EFN that month, so obviously that would be a big month. But every Friday when I upload the Stereotypes episode. To my podcast feed, bro. Man, people are downloading it, so people are responding.
Yeah, dude. The show's dope, though, dude. I mean, I listen to the station. I try to catch it as much as I can. Like if I'm home in the day, I just bump it all day, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
it's good to hear the shows, man. Like, yeah, your show's dope, man. You know what's up.
Oh,
everybody, man, we're all pushing strong. I like everybody's working hard towards attaining a goal. You know what I mean?
Well, shit. Let's start there, bro. I know you had an idea, a seed, and you did start on K-Day, and then we started this whole radio station. And then you got something coming back to K-Day. So why don't you kind of give us the whole from genesis of 2Mex Hologram? Let's just start there.
Well, it started with Platform Collection. You know, it started with me to actually post it because I was feeling to do a podcast, and I was just like, yo, anybody know some podcast people and shit that know how to do some stuff? And a Platform hit me up, and then what happened? And I didn't even really know Kill C Ray or Eddie, but then they told me that they were fucking with Open Mike Eagle and Curtis King, and I was like, ding, 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 right there. Like I was like, you fucking with Open Mike, you fucking with Curtis King. Those are two examples of people that I have a lot of respect for. So when these guys came by and we started doing the 2Mex hologram podcast. Man, it was so easy because these dudes at the time, you know, they just bring the equipment, they handle all the posts. They made it so like, and when I was getting boring, they'd interject and, you know, make, you know, it was kind of like being co-host too, you know?
Yeah.
So like it showed me a lot. So then as we did that and we started doing those, I was really hype on those. And then at the time, my boy Scooby was working at K-Day, and, you know, I had been telling him for a hot minute, like, man, doesn't K-Day want to do like an underground rap show, you know?
Yeah. Like
play some shit. Like we need to play something else besides, you know, Baby Got Back and shit on there. And whoop, there it is and shit. And basically, like, you know, I kept telling him, and then one day he just called me and goes, hey, make a radio show ASAP, like turn this shit in tomorrow. They actually have a spot opened up, because a spot opened up, and they were like, and it was on Sunday morning and this and that, and I was like, all right, cool. So I got with Sully, my boy Sully, and we pieced together a show. And like, you know, I got some insider information, you know, like since my people worked at K-Day, and they were just like, yo, the format's like this and do it like this.
Dope.
And then I was like,
yeah, it's really well put together, bro. I remember listening to it, and I felt like it was so important for the scene, for the city, bro, and just, you know, and you were really like the one to do it, in my opinion, because you because of your love for the music. Like nobody else is talking about people like Justin Warfield like you do, or like classic front and shit like that, bro.
Yeah, dude, we're fans of all that shit, and we can't be because the reality is that groups like LA Symphony and Tumex and Visionaries and all this shit, we're the same way in other people's eyes.
Yeah,
we're those people. We're those people, and we're the Downtown Science and the Curious and all these. We're that to other people. There's people that really hold our music sacred, and we hold as fans. I hold top quality and all this other shit real sacred. The knots and all that shit. And so it's like, so that opportunity came, and basically, we made a pilot, and we were like down, and then they were basically like, well, you buy the slot. You don't work for K-Day. They're like, you buy the slot, and if you buy the slot, you can kind of play whatever you want as long as, the cuss words and, this and that. Exactly. So then I entered into that partnership with K-Day, and I mean, dude, it was expensive, dude, but we were like, all right, let's get sponsors. And so, then began, I even put my own money, man. I'm going to tell you right now, I put like $2 or $3K of my own money into the show, and then just started with sponsors. And basically we did about 11 shows, and then the shit happened with my leg. So I fell off the map for X amount of months, about 3 or 4 months. And then once I was ready again, we picked back up again, and then we did 11 shows, and we did another 16 or 17, and all the way until when Trump won the presidency. And right when Trump won the election, not only were we going into, it's November, so we're already going into Christmas, where everybody knows, if you're an industry head, that at Christmas the industry kind of shuts down. So like a lot of people are like off, and like a lot of sponsors were going to be off. But dude, Christmas plus Trump winning sent, like, kind of my sponsors sent a lot of them reeling, They were just like, oh shit, man, Trump won. I don't even believe that shit. I'm gonna hold on to my money real quick.
Damn.
And so we cut the show out. And, which was kind of a relief because I was scrambling. The show was fun and dope as fuck, but it was just kind of a stress to be like trying to generate,
You know what's crazy? I didn't know that it came back after your leg. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. We did about 10, 11 weeks, and then the leg thing cut it out for a couple months, and then I came back with it.
But you weren't posting them on your podcast feed, were you?
Say it again?
Were you posting them on your podcast feed too?
Yeah. We were doing it, I mean, I stopped doing the podcast to do the radio show more.
Right. Okay, so maybe I am up on it, because I feel like, because I get all your podcasts, so maybe I am, and I'm just tripping.
Yeah, we took a break, you know what I mean? A long break. And then even coming back, I've only done like 2 podcasts in the last X amount of months. But but basically, so it died out. And then that's when Kill C. Ray, Sully, and Eddie and myself, after looking at everything that platform's been doing and being proud of everybody and how it built, we were like, let's do our own 24-hour station. And then, it just involved platform and myself kind of doing like a business transaction, in the sense of being like, yo, let me have a little bit of a touch of investment in platform, and they have a touch investment in hologram. And then we basically, through that, because of Kill C. Ray, Sully, and Eddie, and you, and everybody doing the shows, Mahongro Sochi, everybody that's into the wild, everybody contributing, Kali and shit is a big part of the station and shit. And a lot of these cats, man, so with everybody's sweat equity involved, Tumex Hologram launched in January, and then it's still, it's thriving, and it's got its people, man. It's
so
building,
dope,
dude.
Man. I'm having so much fun, bro, doing the stereotype.
Dude, everybody,
shit, bro.
to see DC excited, to see shows, to see like LA heads and San Diego heads, San Bernardino heads,
Yeah. It's crazy too. Like I'm so into it now that like I had to make the decision like to only do one Really Though podcast a month, because I wanted to stay like new episode every week of Stereotypes, because like it's a radio show. It's a little different, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, it's a blast, because like Really Though is sort of topical. Like you and I are talking, we're going to get into like success and different things that you're doing, blah, blah, blah. But Stereotypes to me is just like a free for all. It's like, welcome to the Minor Cookbook. Let's have fun. If you're there, if somebody's on the show, cool. If not, cool. I'm playing what the fuck I want.
Yeah, and the thing is, it feels good to do that. And the thing is that in the future, the real thing is that all the shows will be archived in the future.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's the thing. Like, you know, we're just building and you're building a giant pyramid of content for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so even like a year from now, you know what I'm saying? A year from now, you know, as the station gets bigger and bigger, a year from now, one thing about these fans is that once they find out about you, like that hour, I mean, a lot of cats got jobs and they listen to podcasts while they work.
Yeah.
So it's like once they find your show and they start liking it, they're gonna go backwards and because it's not enough. That one show, 1 hour a week or whatever. And then I'll finally
get some ratings, bro. Then I'll finally get some numbers on my podcast,
yeah, dog.
bro.
Oh man, for sure, dude.
It won't just
and that's
be
what you get.
Couple of LA Simp cats listening.
Yeah, dog. But you're building, man, and that's what we're building, man. We're all putting in our sweat equity and building. But the good thing is now that what happened was one of my original sponsors, Taco Naso and Water the Plants, which is my record label now. They came, and you know they were one of the 2 or 3 biggest sponsors on the original K-Day show.
Yeah.
And basically we talked all year. You know, they signed me to a deal. They signed me to 2 record deals. One with Sick Jackin' and one with myself. And as we were finishing up this record, they were like, "Yo, man, we're interested in getting the K-Day show back." And I was like, "Yeah." And I explained to them how it was and everything. And they were like, "No, man." They're like, "We want to do it with you." And they're like, we'll sponsor this shit. Like, you don't got to worry about, you don't got to stress trying to get 10 sponsors and picking up $100 here, $50 here, and all this shit that I was stressing upon. And they basically were like, we'll fucking take the weight if we can do the show with you. So now instead of it being the 2X Hologram show, it's Water the Plants Radio, which is still me hosting with Sully and my man Omar Goodness. And so we're the host. And then now it's even doper because, you know, me and Sully aren't doing everything, especially Sully, who's more the tech guy.
Yeah, he was working
Sully
hard,
was the one doing all the tech, like taking all the cuss words out, doing all that shit. And it's like now at Water the Plants, it's a label. So we actually have a team. We have an intern.
Yeah.
We got 2 producers. We got Theo Snag. So we got Theo Snag. Between Theo Snag, my boy BDR, and my boy Leafer One, we're talking about 3 producers two engineers and 3 producers. So they handle all, you know, they're handling all like the tech work, and now all I got to do is pick out the songs and host.
That's dope.
And now they handle all the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's going to air on K-Day. Is it going to be like a similar time frame, like on
same
Saturday
time
night?
slot? It aired this last Saturday night, Sunday morning.
And then are you gonna put it on 2X Hologram Radio as well, like sometime after?
Yeah. We're gonna put it on a platform and all that stuff like that.
Dope,
we wanted to let being that Water the Plants has their own like site called watertheplants.org. We wanted to let the first couple episodes just kind of like simmer on there, you know.
Yeah,
so we want to bring some attention to Water the Plants. But yeah, all the shows are gonna be on platform and all that, and go get back to that. And the thing is that now, once again, with the K-Day platform, I can give little mentions. Before, I was doing full-on commercials, like for Platform Collection every week on
You
K-Day.
did one for me, bro, for me and Evidence.
Oh yeah, of course, dog. You know what I mean? But now it's like I still have the opportunity to, you know, let people know. So it's like now I'm on K-Day, and I can still be like, yo, platformcollection.com, 2maxhologram.com. So it's pretty much like now I don't have to worry about paying for the show. Now I can just pick the songs out, play them, be the host, and, you know, still do the advertising. Because now there's no real commercial blocks. Yeah. Now it's more like mentions. So now it's like, yo, when it's shout out time, it's like I give shout outs to everybody.
Yeah, that's dope.
So it works out, man. So and now it's different because Water the Plants is our label. So to be honest with you, man, I was being super unselfish with my own personal music on there. I might throw a song on there every week. Yeah. Now we have 12 extra minutes of radio time every week. So now I'm kind of throwing like 2 or 3 of my. I'm being a little more.
You should,
being a little more infomercial.
Hey, yeah, I play a lot of my shit, bro. I just world premiere my latest single on the last Stereotypes episode.
Yeah, that's how you do it, man. So I'm kind of like taking that. I'm kind of being like, yo, I'm gonna play 2 or 3 of my songs.
Why not, bro? And I did notice that before, that you were real like unselfish. Like I never really heard too many.
I would never even say my name. I would play my music, but then I wouldn't even say like.
Yeah, like you were really like shining a lot of other people. And what's dope, like say coming from you or me or whatever, like if we play like say classic shit, we're still gonna play like different classic shit. Like I come at it from a different perspective. So for me to listen to your show was so dope because a lot of times, I would hear shit that I had never even heard before in my life that's been out for 20 years.
And that's our goal. I mean, that's our goal as heads, to be like, I mean, I try to play the show like if me and you were chilling and we were like, yo, have you ever heard this shit?
Yeah,
you remember this
I
remix?
love that shit. You start going
Yeah.
on YouTube or going through your computer and like, yo, what about this shit? Yo, but what about this
dog.
shit? Yeah.
And Omar Goodness, Sully and Omar Goodness are the same way. So, like, like we're, like this week coming up, which is episode 2, I got to play like the remix of Honey Dips in Gotham by Boogie Monsters, or like,
see,
I get to play stuff, get to dig and that's the whole thing, is to never play. I'll give you an example. I like Camp Lo. I love Camp Lo.
Me too.
But I don't want to play Lucchini because that's her single. So I want to play like something deeper, like one of their album cuts. So that's the whole basis of the show. It's like, we want to play shit, but the B-sides are the deeper cut,
And that's what I'm saying. And like what I think is so dope, because it's everybody's personal experience. Like when I said like my show's like the Mind of Cookbook, it's like, I may come at it and like the shit that I like when I was a kid, like I might have liked an album cut a lot that maybe people weren't really up on or something, so I'm gonna play it. Fuck it, you know what I mean? And you're right. You don't always go for the typical like, oh yeah, play One Love or play, whatever the go-to song for a certain artist. You're like, nah, fuck that. What about that one rare appearance where he got on this B-side of like whatever, that type of shit. And so I think it's really,
that's the dope shit that we all used to geek out on.
Exactly, bro, where you record on tapes and shit. I've told that story many times on Stereotypes, where I used to be in my bedroom at home, dude, with a cassette tape every Sunday night, and I would just record Mike Nardone. And whatever the song, I would record every song, but like about halfway through the song, if I didn't like it, I would stop and rewind and cue the tape back up just so I wouldn't miss any song. And then whichever songs I liked,
anything that you thought was dope. Yeah.
And that's how that's how I did, way back then. And it's like, now it's a different era, but it's super dope because, like it's so much easier. Podcast, you can fast forward, rewind, you can get to the shit you want, fools, it's just... It's just really dope. But I just want to say, man, congrats on the success of all, like 2Mex Hologram Radio and getting back to K-Day and all of that. It's really dope. And I'm really, really thankful for the opportunity to be on your fucking radio station, bro. For real. You give me 2 hours a week. 2 hours a week.
I mean, dude, we need you. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's doing it for the love. Everybody. It's like, it's dope that we're all could do it without having to be in one building.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Like the show's coming from New York, from Baltimore.
Yeah, dude.
I got another show coming from Lake Tahoe. I got a reggae show coming from Lake Tahoe. I got another. I'm gonna have another off the wall hip hop show coming from Temecula pretty soon.
Yo, that's crazy.
It's like, you know what I mean. We're looking for shows. Actually, like. We need to, there's 24 hours a day. We're looking for quality shows from perspectives, people that, man, the one I really miss, man, my homegirl's just too busy, but dude, we have one called Outer Space Waves coming from Vegas. Yeah. My homegirl Sochi and her man. And dude, I think they only did like 1 episode or 2 episodes. Those shits were so dope.
Yeah.
It was so dope, but well,
it is a commitment, man. I'm telling you, I work hard to get a show every week.
Dude.
I've made that commitment, bro.
Hell, man. We're not like Power 106, dog. You could take a week off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying really hard not to, because I'm like, I'm on the roll and I'm like working hard. So yeah,
dude, it builds. Your fan base builds because, dude, I get messages from people that are just. I just get long messages from people in different countries that are like, dude, 2Mex Hologram, like, you don't understand. There's nothing good out here.
Yeah,
and I play this shit at work, or I play this shit at my barbershop.
Bro. I know it, and that's what's
it is,
dope,
dude,
bro.
for sure. It definitely is, dog. At times, thousands. At times, hundreds. At times, a lot. It just depends.
No, that's
really
what's
depends,
up, bro.
Dog.
Well,
so,
shout out.
Go ahead. Oh, no.
Just say shout out to...
Oh, shit. All right, last time. I hope this will be the last time I interrupt you, but like I said, I'm going to keep throwing it out there on K-Day. So now, hopefully, we'll get back. Like, it'll be a good thing because, dude, 20 to 50 to 75,000, 100,000 people are listening to that K-Day in the middle of the night. LA is active,
Yeah.
So it's like, keeping, now with this extra little push
it'll definitely bring more attention to what we're doing.
Yeah, it's like, just really branding the thing. Like 2Mex hologram here. It all starts to connect and people start going down the rabbit trails. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I think that's important, bro. Well, yeah, man. So shout out to Platform Collection for kind of helping us both get into this fucking podcast and this radio game, man.
Yeah, man.
Kill Ray, fucking Hip Hop Eddie, bro. Like, they taught me. I didn't even know what the fuck a podcast was until I was on theirs, until I was on Crappy Awesome. And then they taught me when it was time for me to do mine. They taught me how to do this shit. So shout out to them, bro. I'm looking forward to the Platform Collection 3-year anniversary show on August 4th,
Well, we gotta find a new venue because it's that one spot's a little burned. We heard the owners be jacking money, so we're looking for a new spot.
Because that one was on Soto Street, bro.
We on a hunt.
Soto on Soto Street, fool.
I know, we're on a hunt though. We'll have a spot in the next 2 or 3 days for sure.
Oh, okay.
You actually just reminded me to get on
make
it,
some phone calls after
this.
we've been promoting that shit.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna throw that. We're gonna have a flyer by Friday. But yeah, most definitely, dude. I'm excited for that, and just I'm hyped, man. Like things are. The K-Day show's good now that that's a stress-free situation. 2Mex Hologram and Platform is a labor of love that we're all invested in.
Yep.
That's gonna pan out for us, and I mean, it's gonna be a full network, dog. We can compete with, we can be like Dash Radio and things in time, dog. We just keep building.
I agree.
We're on our way. We're on our way, dude. When we're on there for a couple of years, it's gonna be nothing but it's gonna be nothing but dope shit.
When you're living on your phone, it's hard to go home because you're always alone. And you don't like the way your face looks on your Facebook, so you Snapchat yourself into a catalog. When you're living on your phone, it's hard to go home because you're always alone. And you don't like the way your face looks on your Facebook, so you Snapchat yourself into a catalog. You make me feel good, like not walking away, like not answering my phone all day. And I get to go back to a life that is real. And I'm forced to go outside like I forgot to pay my cable bill. Still, when you're coming over, I get so excited, smiling as I clean the house and then I wash up. By my actions, people wonder if I'm clean and say I'm washed up. Oh my gosh, love, let's turn off our phone, put them in the other room and talk about building a home on undiscovered planets or another moon. I think I lost half of my fans today. Low key, it was amazing. Look forward to losing the other half. What I like about you is that you really love to laugh. Let's kidnap the president and force him to do some drugs and math. On your phone, it's hard to go home because you're always alone. And you don't like the way your face looks on your Facebook, so you Snapchat yourself into a catalog. Living on your phone, it's hard to go home because you're always alone. And you don't like the way your face looks on your Facebook, so you Snapchat yourself into a catalog. Everyone is growing tired of me and my music that they don't understand, which means we're halfway to the promised land. A couple more obligations and our lives will be ran by automation. Let's start our own radio station and play the music that they don't have the patience for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We should just get married. Why are we even dating for? Set fire to my birth certificate and walk this earth. Private and insignificant. If I get rich, I hope it's not a bitch, cause fame is the world's most magnificent bear trap. I'm lucky I only lost my leg and I didn't bleed to death. When I'm gone, I'll leave this last breath. I still can't believe that I haven't left. On your phone, it's hard to go home because you're always alone. And you don't like the way your face looks on your Facebook, so you Snapchat yourself into a catalog. Living on your phone, it's hard to go home because you're always alone. And you don't like the way your face looks on your Facebook, so you Snapchat yourself into a catalog.
Well, shit, man, let's shift gears because, I mean, you've had a long, successful career and you faced like the biggest, turmoil, tragedy, potentially lethal situation that you've ever faced in your life. You're on the other side of it and you're bouncing back. You're coming back and you have a new album called Lostpital. And, bro, you're just poised for another run of success, bro. And I want to hear about the record now and about the tour and everything you're getting ready to do, man. So tell us about Lostpital.
Yeah, man. So, you know, when I was in the hospital, I was like, yo, man, I definitely got to make a real record, man. Like, I got to get creative and do something dope. And the working title was No Love, Leg Lost originally. So I was like, you know, like the Cholos be like, no love lost, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, no love, leg lost. But so then I started making the record, and I had some beats that I was holding for a while from people. I mean, you produce what is probably the most popular song. It's actually the most looked at song so far on the pre-orders on iTunes. It's the Snap Face. I mean, your song is the most popular song, actually. It's actually, we're considering actually making it the second single.
Dope.
So yeah, it's super dope and stuff. Yeah, man. So we started making the record, and like I said, I signed this little deal to water the plants, and yeah, man. You know, you're on it.
Yeah.
Talking about Justin Warfield. Justin Warfield produced the track.
That's so dope.
Yeah, that was like, oh yeah, man, bucket list. Zavala. I mean, I always make records. I don't believe in really having like one producer on a record. So all my records are always like a big hodgepodge of people that I'm feeling. So it's like you're on there, Justin Warfield, Zavala, Eli, Jay the Record Turner, Ariano, Chesky, this homie BDR from Water the Plants, Paris Zax, who I haven't even seen since back in, you know, Bus Driver, early B-Boys in Occupy Mexico days.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's a dope record. And, you know, I kept the guests limited. I just got one song with my man Sully and K-Born from Funky Town Pros. And then I got one song with Slug. I was like, I needed one cameo, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a good cameo.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Slug had been, you know, they had been really good. Like when this shit happened with my leg, he made a video with his kid and brought a gang of attention to my cause. That was really dope. And he did it real quick, like right off the top, you know? Yep. And it was like, he was one of the first people to bring mad attention my way, man. So it was like, I wanted to say thanks. And then we just started talking like, well, why don't we never did a song? And I was like, yeah, get on this. So then he got on it, and it's cool. So in fact, that's why, so the record comes out August 15th. The first single's called Lostpital. There's a video out right now that I shot like 85% of it from a hospital bed. And it was like a thank you. You know, when I was in the hospital, all kind of people came to visit me. And I was like, you know, I was too drugged up to like be writing. So I was like using the Instagram kind of like my pen, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like shooting little videos, and I was getting people to dance and shit and like funny shit. Like I was like, if you're going to come visit me, you got to dance. So I would like put a beat on and you had to dance, and I filmed it. So then I knew I was going to use it later. And then later we just put together the video. This dope chick named Marbella edited it all together, and it's a dope video. So we got a video, album comes out, and then I'm gonna go ahead. First thing I'm gonna do, I've got a bunch of little shows, like, you know, like Back to Basics and all kind of things popping. I'm hosting Paid Dues.
Yeah, that's tight.
A lot of shit going on, man. So I'm gonna dip out. So Atmosphere has a California tour, and I'm not on the bill, but since Slug's on the record, and to me, like, Atmosphere's crowd, that's pretty much the crowd I like, you know what I mean? Like, Atmosphere, people that like Atmosphere, like 811, like LA Synth, like 2Max, like Visionaries. So the way I looked at it was like, look, Atmosphere's on a sold-out tour, 2,000 people one night. I'm going to go bomb it, old school style, promo style.
Yeah, that's tight, dude.
So I'm pretty much, me and some of the label cats, we're dipping to Frisco, we're dipping to Sacramento, Santa Cruz, San Luis Obispo, you know, Fresno. I mean, like, it's going to be like I was on the tour. And I'll talk to Slug. You know, I'm sure if I wanted to, I could sweat him and be like, let me jump up on stage and kick a verse or whatever. But to be honest with you, I'm not really sweating it like that. I'm not trying to, like, I'm already catching off the shine off their tour to go bomb it. So there's no need to be like, hey, let me rap on your shit, because I'm not on the tour.
But I can't imagine Slug not putting you on and letting you do
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would. But to be honest with you, tactical wise, I'd rather be outside bombing it.
Yeah, no, I feel
like we're really
connecting with the people, bro. It's like an old school.
Yeah, dog. That's always
it's like a
me,
promo
you know what I mean?
tour. It's not like those old school promo tours. Like not even like a show tour. It's like hit the city.
Yeah, it's just like going on the shit and going to like, going to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know.
That's so dope, dude. Shout out to Slug, man.
Yeah, those dudes are all dope. You know, Jay Bird, all those dudes are always.
Yeah, they're always cool, man.
Best people. They're always good people, man. You know, Jay Bird, Sadiq, Brother Ali, all those, you know, all those homies always reach out and say hello every night. You know, if I see them, man, you know, they're always nothing but love, you know?
You know, and it's a trip because I'll say this, like, I don't know them that well, but, like, of course we've rubbed shoulders many times. And, like, I always know when people are real, like, when they actually genuinely remember you. You know what I mean? Like, I saw Slug the last time at, I think it was one of the last Rock the Bells or something like that. And I just went up to him, like, and I just assumed he wasn't going to know who I was. And I was like, yo, what's up, man? Cookbook. LA said, no, man, what's up, bro? Like, he gives me a big old hug, like, and I'm like, damn, dude, that shit is dope. You know, like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, because they're real heads, man. They listen to shit. Like, they really listen to shit, and they're you know they're heads, man, and they're from the back. Like even though they have mad success, but they're always grounded. Do you still see them? Like every time I've ever seen them in concert, they still go outside. Like they're not selling out the El Rey Theater no more, homie. They're selling out huge spots, right? So the Palladium. So like they'll still go outside and like shake their fans' hands. That shit's dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit. That's why I like their crowd. That's why I kind of was like, in my eyes, I'm like, yo, I want to go shot. That I was like, they're literally, their tour goes the week before, the week of my album dropping, and I'm like, dude, it's perfect. Like,
yeah.
It's like
so
it's literally
perfect.
Almost as better than us having like a couple local shows, which I play out here all the time. So I was like, yo, dude, let's most definitely go shadow that. And that's what I'm gonna do. Like I'm literally gonna go bomb it.
You're doing the right thing, bro. I think you're doing the right thing. Yeah, dude, because 2,000
people a night, if 2,000 people a night walk out with the flyers and some posters and some samplers, then it gives the opportunity, because my record's already just up on iTunes, it'll give it a chance to, like, you know, like I said, if they got 11 shows and they're rocking damn near 2,000 people a night, that's 22,000 potential people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to hit them like that.
You know you're gonna get a verse or two somewhere in there, and if you get even just one verse and then hit back outside, bro, you made that impact.
Oh
you rocked the verse, you made an impact, and you know he's
I think I'm gonna just tell
him.
I think I might just tell him, give me a shout out and tell him I'm outside. That might be cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
so
yeah.
Then people be like, a bunch of people be like, what? He's outside? Like, that'll help.
And
dude,
they'll go.
Me.
Yeah, because if he tells them, they're going to go.
Dude, atmosphere shows, I love going to them because you always meet a lot of real fans. And, you know, I was a Monster Idea fan, you know. I'm a Monster. I was a big-time Idea fan. So, like, you know, Rhymestayer fans, you know, I got mad love for Mikey, and you know, I got mad love for Mikey's mom and Abilities and Ad and all them, dude, you know?
Yeah, no doubt, dude. And you know, you hit it on something that I love about, like you said, atmosphere shows, or even our scene in general, that whole thing, you know, is that idea of the connection with the crowd and not losing that. Like, that, you and I are very alike in that, like, that part of, like, not just being in the back, but, like, being out with the people and, like, interacting and talking with people and shit like that. Like, that's so important, man. And a lot of times, you know, fools forget about that part. But
it is most definitely. You know, it is. It's you know, like, it's really the interaction, the human interaction, and, you know, getting to talk to people. And, like, that's what I said, man. Like, I'm gonna bring a team to pass out flyers, because I know within 5 minutes I'm gonna meet someone a fan that I've known for 10 years. Right. And, you know, I can't just be like, here's this flyer, kid, buy my shit. And be like, what's up, dude? What's up, dude? How you been? And, you know, taking pictures. And then, you know what I mean? I might, you know, I'm trying to talk to 1,000 people. I might talk to like 7, and that's fine with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So. No, that's cool, man. And I think you're going to really do well. And, like, I know I was joking in the beginning, but I really do believe that, yes, this was a tragedy, and I would have never wanted this to happen to you. And I was very upset when I heard about it. And I told you personally, it hit me because of my father, because the exact same thing happened to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Before he died, you know, probably a year or so later. So it meant a lot to me. Like, when this shit happened, I was calling Elemento, I was calling Rhapmatic, I was calling everybody. Like, I don't give a fuck what you guys are doing. I'm involved in it. I want to do whatever I can to help Alex, to be a part of whatever's going on to help support him. I'm doing it. And they knew I was serious. Like, I called before they even started talking about stuff. Elemental was like, yo, I didn't call you back because we didn't have nothing yet. And then he finally called me back. Was like, all right, man, I'll let you.
That benefit was awesome, man.
Bro.
That shit was like, I mean, I was in the back and I couldn't go to the front. Yeah. But just the energy, hearing it.
You know what it was like?
It was like such a dope concert.
Bro,
I wish I could have
all
just
the people that were in the house, bro. I was running into people I hadn't seen in forever. Like Mike Nardone was there, freaking the homie Kamal, Radio Inactive. He was there, like, and the feeling of it. I can't remember who I was with, but I was like, yo, you know what this feels like? It feels like maybe like the year 2000 to like 2003 shows.
I was going to say, bro, it felt like 99.
Or even 99, yeah. Where we would go to a show and it would be like Living Legends, Visionaries, LA Symphony, Sage Francis. Like everybody on the same bill in the same night, jam-packed and just pure dope hip-hop, no bullshit. Like dope DJs between. It felt exactly like that. Like, oh shit, I just stepped into a time machine and it's 2Mex Holograms, or it's 2Mex Benefit Show. And dude, it was so, but I knew I was going to be a part of that shit. But I'm really, like, I really do mean that. Like, I'm really proud of you to see that you faced it like a G. You know, you went through the emotion of it. You weren't scared to show the emotion. And I'm glad you did that too, because, you know, it's a real ass thing you went through, bro. And like I said, you know, I reached out a few times. I know you had mad people reaching out, but, you know, to see my father go through it and then to have somebody that's a friend of mine go through it, you know, I was very emotionally connected to it. But I'm really happy to see you on this side of things with a new,
man. Thank you, man.
Bro, new record, back going on tour, healthier decisions, all of that stuff. So you're turning the worst tragedy in your life, man, into a success, bro. And that's the real, I think, definition of success. The worst type of shit can happen to a person, and they just see it as another obstacle, another bump in the road, but it's not going to stop me from keeping moving forward, bro. And I'm real proud of you for that, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And to hear that your dad went through that, like that story, what you're saying about your dad, man, like I heard that so many people told me that. And then and every story was like, and then he died a year later or 2 years later.
Yeah.
He died. I had a woman tell me that I tell this story all the time. This person I didn't even know, she came to visit me with her son, with like a little baby, and she was like, yo, my dad had that same leg amputated, and under 2 years later he died because he wouldn't stop drinking beer and eating pizza. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, dude. And like, I mean, dude, I'm not gonna act like I'm vegan, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm taking care of myself. I try not to, I don't have any sugar in the house. I don't drink soda no more, you know? All that shit. But it's like, it's still a battle, you know what I mean?
Of course, bro. I mean, you know, my mom almost died from smoking cigarettes, and she still didn't quit for like a couple years after that. And eventually she did. But it's tough when you're living a certain lifestyle.
Dude, my dad, I remember being like in the 7th grade, and my dad had to get something wrong with his eardrum. And they told him, if you don't stop smoking, you're going to go deaf. And this fool never stopped smoking, and he's kind of deaf. And I was just like, damn, fool. I was like, they told you. I would have been right there that day. Like, you're gonna go deaf if you don't stop smoking. I would have stopped. Well, you know, I think.
Imagine what we do. What we do has everything to do with our ears. I know it has to do with our voice, but if we don't got our ears, we're done. So I think maybe it might be a little more detrimental. But you're right, bro. I think like when you hear those tragic things, you know, a lot of times it should change you. But you know, shit is hard, bro. Like we get into our lifestyles, our patterns, our habits. And, you know, we have some successful ones and we have some bad ones. But the great thing is that, like, you know, if we want to turn something that's a quote unquote failure or a wrong direction into a right direction, we do have that power of choice. And I see you making more and more good choices now with your health. And even like you're saying, like, I got a team now, I got some promo, I got some backing, and like, you know, you're really, it seems to me like you're doing all the right things, man. And I think that's great,
well, it's a collaborative effort, man. Like I said, from you to Platform Collection to Sully to Water the Plants to, dude, I got these homies in Temecula, Shadow Hand Collective to, I mean, I just got a gang of cats, man. I got secret people that literally, you know, advised me. People like Rocca from Dilated,
Yep.
and you know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to
him. the visionaries, and you know what I mean? I have so many people that constantly still reach out and like, try to throw me a bone and shit. So I think
that's a huge part of it. A huge part of success is the team, the network, the people that you have around you. They always say, like, you want to know who you are. You're the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. So, right. You got to put good people around you. And I think, you and I both have done that. But I see, and one of the things I'll say, going through what you went through last year, like what from the GoFundMe to the benefit show to all of that, like, if you didn't know just how much you're loved by the hip hop community, bro, like, I think you've been reminded, because I just felt this. I felt the love, you know what I mean? Swirling towards you, bro, from everybody around the world. So I think it's really important, man, and like, even, talking about success and stuff like that, like, aside from money or doing it for a living or whatever your financial goals or whatever is, like, that is such a huge marker of success is knowing how many people's lives you've touched with your music and just with you as a person, bro. And I think that's to be commended as well.
Word, man. I feel you, dude. I'm blessed. Yeah. I'm blessed.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. And you're alive, bro. You're alive. I was like, fucking 2Mex better not fucking die, bro. At first, when I saw that video where your foot was like, you were like in the recording studio with doing a verse with somebody, you're like, dude, my foot's on fire. I was like, oh shit. Then I heard you went into the hospital. I was like, please don't let him have to get his leg amputated or whatever. And of course, you had to. And I'm telling you, bro, because of what I went through with my pops, I was real upset, man. I was like, damn. But, to know that you weren't going to fucking die was a huge thing, man. I was very, and just to see, you're bouncing back, you're doing so many great things, and you're not doing only things for yourself, bro. You're still so outward focused. You're giving us this opportunity with 2Mex Hologram Radio. You're involving so many people in different aspects of what you're doing, man, and I think that's going to only create more success for you and longevity, which, you've always been the one, dude. And I've talked about this on different shows too. Like, you've always been the one that was like, yo, I'm going to be the first 50-year-old rapper or whatever. But I'm pretty sure somebody's going to beat you to it, like probably Jay-Z or something. But like, I know you're still going to be doing it. And I know you're going to be doing it in a successful way because of the way you're setting yourself up now.
Yeah, well, it's the universe, man. The universe is letting me be. I tell people all the time, like, if the universe like lets you be the artist that you are, because a lot of us, man, we're all artists, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In our own rights, on our own levels.
True.
And it's like, if the universe accepts you as an artist and lets you and recognizes you as an artist, then it's your duty to be that artist and to be a mentor and to do it. Because, dude, like, by hook or crook, dude, look, by hook or crook, scratching and clawing, I've been able to continue to be an artist and like somehow pay my bills and do whatever. And it's like, when I tell people all the time, like, whether I'm rich or not, the greatest riches is freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom is,
with that.
Like, people don't understand. I have so many friends that I know that they're like, fuck, I gotta go to work. Fuck, I gotta do this. Fuck, I gotta do that. And no matter whatever financial situation either of us are in, it's the freedom and the blessing, like the blessing to think that, I could wake up today and, get a hustle a custom song or two for some people. And with two of those, two of those is like, pays my bills or whatever. Or like, if I hustle up a couple shows, and even if I'm only charging, some low amount, 2 or 3 shows a month will cover all my rent and my bills. And I'm like, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything, like, to be able to still grind that out is the freedom. That's the freedom, like, more than anything. And that's why I feel like, even like, I'm 44, man, but I don't feel 44. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, even with fucking now I'm missing a limit shit. It's like, I still dip around like it isn't shit. You know what I mean? I have to check myself, I have to check myself and be like, yo, sometimes you got to take a break. Like, cause I feel like I'm going back into those patterns of going out every night. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Cause you start getting, the more comfortable you get. I got a whip. I got my whip and my license. I went and got legit and shit. Fucked around and got a license and insurance and shit.
Oh, shit.
And I know, dog, I didn't want to at all. But I had to go legit because it's like, fuck, I can't keep rolling around dirty like this, you know?
Yeah, man.
So, you know, all that kind of shit. And like I said, water the plants and Shadowhand Collective and like all my people, man, like, you know, and honestly, man, like, I'm not like, man, people, you know, give me a lot of love and respect, but dude, I've made mad mistakes and I still have mad issues that I got to clear up. And I still have people that don't see me in a good light. And, you know, we still all have things to like karma to clean up, you know?
Of course.
So I'm on that level, man. Cause like people, you know, they want to give me props and love. And I'm like, dude, you don't even know. There's still things I got to attend to, you know?
But we can only do what we can do with the information we have at the time. So like, we're going to make mistakes. We are going to wrong people, whether we do it on purpose or even just by just not knowing or doing something. But I think, you know, as far as karma goes and like what goes around comes around, like maybe some of that stuff does come back on you. But like when you're daily trying to put positive energy out there and just put positivity and good things from the universe, that's the shit that comes back to you. You know what I mean? And I think like, yeah, I mean, maybe you got to square things away with people. I do. You know, we all have those things that happen. But, you know, I feel like there's a good positive like upturn that you're on, man, and I think you should just keep riding the wave, dude, all the way. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Write me a love letter. I read it every day. Roll it in an ocean bottle, let it drift away, drift away.
Have you ever been so in love that you just want to kill yourself or at least disappear? That constant feeling of I don't want to bother you. Secretly, it's my biggest fear. Overthinking is the curse of a mind that wants answers to a question that we shouldn't have asked in the first place. Ribbons make the presents look sweet, but get tossed aside. We all want to get that call before we go to bed. Just know that what's wrong with me is all in my head. Mental illness, as they call it on this earth's surfaces. That's just a government scam for insurance purposes. The love that is deserved to us at times may have deserted us.
Write me a love letter. I read it every day. Roll it in an ocean bottle, let it drift away, drift away. Write me a love letter. I read it every day. Roll it in an ocean bottle, let it drift away, drift away.
The hardest thing to do in life for me is to be happy with it. To let the night turn into morning feeling satisfied. Sometimes if I don't get the feel as if I'm almost died, it's like I've cheated myself out of being alive. You see, my best friend Memo died in my arms, and ever since the times I want to inflict nothing but harm on myself. Since my last breath couldn't bring them back to life, it's hard to let go of you when I'm holding you tight at night. In fact, that's why I try to make my kisses so magical. I'm trying to make something happen that doesn't seem logical. I'm sure it's trauma and it's all psychological. It could explain why I don't seem to be afraid of dying at all. Guilt is most difficult when it has no justification, and the love you seek is there, but you haven't mastered the patience. That's why the Lostpital has so many patients. That's why most see hurting and we don't even say shit.
Write me a love letter. I read it every day. Roll it in an ocean bottle, let it drift away, drift away. Write me a love letter. I read it every day. Roll it in an ocean bottle, let it drift away, drift away.
We're too exhausted, working on our own wounds, driving to work, choking on exhaust fumes. The more I'm trying to find me, I feel that I've lost you. I'm trying to sell myself without having it cost you. We have our hang-ups, just don't want you to hang up. I know we've all been abused, abandoned, and banged up. Some of us grew up with no kind of protection. Just know, rolling with me, that we're heading in the right direction. Overthinking is the curse of a mind that wants answers to a question that we shouldn't have asked in the first place. Ribbons make the presents look sweet, but get tossed aside. We all want to get that call before we go to bed. Just know that what's wrong with me is all in my head. Mental illness, as they call it on this earth's surfaces. That's just a government scam for insurance purposes. The love that is deserved to us at times may have deserted us.
Write me a love letter. drift away. Write me a love letter, I'd read it every day. Roll it in an ocean bottle, let it drift away.
It's funny, man, because I'm sitting here thinking, and like I just remember, like, I mean, this has been a long time, bro, that you've had such an amazing career. And I remember being like young in the game, and like you guys have always been like ahead of me. You know, you started before me, and you started. So, you know, like I used to look up to Pigeon John when I first met him because he was already doing it. He was older. He was like, you know, like he was just maneuvering already. So we were like learning from him, and then from him, you know, I started meeting cats like you and stuff like that. And I just remember like always seeing you guys just making these moves and how dope that was. And to see it still happening today is amazing too, bro. I have this memory. I think it was at those shows we used to do back in the days at, I think it was Taco Nazo in Pomona.
Right.
I remember like, I think we were opening up for Visionaries, bro. And it was time for Visionaries to go on, and you were nowhere to be found, bro. Like you were just gone. And it seemed like the homies were getting pissed. Like Kiku and them were like, "Where the fuck is 2Max?" You know, even from stage, they're like, "Yo, 2Max, what up?" And like, "Yo, we got to start the show or whatever, lo." And then like I think they started the first song or something, bro. And then and you had real kind of long hair at the time, bro. Out of nowhere, bro, you just like, I don't know where you were, bro. I don't know, but you just busted out of the side, bro, and you came in, and the crowd went nuts. You grabbed the mic, started spitting your verse, and you were like waving your hair like a fucking heavy metal star. And I remember looking at like, this motherfucker, this fucking chubby Mexican dude from LA, this motherfucker is a rock star, bro. You came in like fucking Guns N' Roses and shit, dude. I was like, damn, bro. And I don't know, I always just remember that shit, bro. And like, you've always kind of been that way, yo. You just been in it to win it.
Crazy, yeah, man. I must have been in the alley smoking a joint.
That's what I didn't want to say that, but I was like, this fool must have been getting high somewhere. And they did seem kind of pissed, but like when you did it, it elevated the whole show. The whole crowd went crazy. It's like, what can you do? Oh, you know what, bro? I remember something else. You remember the shout out to Rock, man. You remember the Basement?
Yeah, of course.
I remember one of their anniversary shows, and we were all booked for it. And you were going on right before us, right before LA Symphony. Yeah. And it was jam packed, bro, like sold out show. And so you go on. I don't know how long your set was. It wasn't even that long, bro. But all I know is that you fucking came out, and then you were like, "What's up, y'all? I got a surprise for y'all who want to see the Visionaries." And everybody goes crazy. You guys came out as a whole giant crew and just fucking crushed it. You crushed it so hard, dude. You killed it for us, bro. We came on next, and we kind of bombed, bro. We did not have a good set, and I was like, "Fucking 2Max, yo, got us again."
Man.
No, but it was.
Y'all be killing it, dude.
Yo, I know, but it was too much for anybody to handle. Like, you surprised the crowd with the Visionaries.
It depends on the night, you know. I did. Trust me, I was just telling the story. I was telling the homies the story of One Below, how me and Pablo flew into like Seattle, and we had two shows, and one day was One Below. One was like noon at a college, and one was at night at a club or whatever. Yeah. And we rolled in, you know, me and Pablo rolled in, kind of sleepy and shit, rolling to this college, and like literally, man, no joke, like fucking kind of like tired and like half out of it. And dude, One Below just blew us off the stage, right? Like me and Paulo were like One Below just I mean, he just came and because he's dope. He's so dope.
Yeah.
And he killed it, right? And me and Paulo were next and we're like, fuck it. And we just did our thing and we kind of sucked.
Yeah,
and we
dude.
Did no fan, like no
energy. I know, bro.
And we're like, me and Paulo were like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we're like, damn.
What happened?
We just blew it off the stage right now. And I remember me and Paulo went back to the room to crash. And dude, I was like, I'm not doing shit today, but sleeping and drinking water. And we have to come back at night and hard because like, I know that feeling a lot because there's times where I went on tour with Chesky as my opening act, man. And Chesky was trying to destroy my life every night. Like, I was like, this fool was trying to end my career.
Yeah.
And man, every night this fool was just, I mean, dude, I had to like perform after watching Chesky, but my hands are tired of clapping for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like that. On a good night, the energy just keeps moving. So, like, as each crew does dope, it just keeps adding to the night. But, dude, I mean, LA Symphony, we've done that to people a lot, too. Like, you know.
John, dude. Oh, man.
Oh,
dude,
did you?
John, oh, my God. Dude, him and Sunspot Jones one time, I opened up for them, and I did good, man. I did, like, my half hour. I was like, I'm cool. This fool, John and Sunspot did 2.5 hours.
Damn.
And John just played until the lights cut on. Like, even Sunspot gave up. Like, after an hour. Him and Sunspot did an hour, and then Sunspot got off. And I remember going across the street to get something to eat, coming back, and this fool was still playing.
Yo, I guess when you got the crowd, you just keep it rolling, bro. If they want more.
After seeing John for an hour, I was like, oh, this show's about to end real quick. Let me go get this falafel. And I went out to eat for 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Came back, and this motherfucker was still out there. It was like 1:45 in the morning, and this fool, John, was just still like...
And the crowd was still going crazy, right?
Oh, dude, he was trooping for him. And I was like, I mean, so, you know, I go through it all the time.
But I think, you know, I've seen him bomb too, like, but I think that's part of it, yo. You like, especially early on, like, you have to have some not great nights too. You got to know how do you fix your show? How do you?
Many a night.
Say it again.
Oh, I've bombed many a night.
Sure, like, of course.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
That's how it goes. But I mean, you know, and it's funny, like some crew that you know, I won't mention their names. That, you know, they like I kind of, you know, I kind of mentor them a little bit or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they got booked for some show that was a little bit out of their genre. And they came to me and they were like, "Yo, I don't think we should do this. It doesn't seem like our crowd." Da, da, da. I said, no. You guys should absolutely do it. One, because you guys are new at this, so you shouldn't be turning down shows, number one. And number two, you need to get in front of crowds that aren't your crowds. And you need to see if you can win them over or not. You need to learn. It's a learning moment. Like, that's what this shit is, man. You got to be able to.
Yeah, that's how you learn to be good, is playing in front of young, old people, crowds of different races, people that aren't paying attention to you, that don't give a fuck about you.
Absolutely, because besides the music, you start to learn just as a performer how to speak to them and how to bring them in and almost make them like music. Like, how many do we used to end up on tours with rock bands and like the weirdest places, and like, you know, we would do our thing, and then I can't tell you how many thousands of people have come up to us and said, "Yo, we don't even like rap, we don't even like hip hop, but you guys, yo, we're getting your record," and you know what I mean? And that just came from not doing good a lot of times until you finally figure it out. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. I've definitely played in front of people's grandmas, and or like, man, I played at Crenshaw Mall. I played at the Crenshaw Mall with Medusa, and it was like a couple hundred. I guess it was like black motorcycle clubs.
Yo.
And they're all older, dude. They're all in their 50s. So there's a bunch of black motorcycle, and then they were Christian too.
Damn.
So it was like,
you really...
there was like pastors, and it was, dude, I played some funny shows, dude. Yeah. Right before I play, like, literally I'm queuing my music up, and a family goes up there and gives like a gut-wrenching speech about like police brutality and like all this. I mean, it's like somber. It's like everything just somber, and then they're like, and now this dude.
And now Tubax, and you're like, fucking Buttable Angels.
I'm like, dude, and I just looked at the dude doing my music, and I was like, throw on that Easy E Boys in the Hood instrumental.
Yeah, you got to get them right away, bro. You got to go where they're at. Yeah, we've done that.
That's how you learn, man. You got to like learn, because I've definitely performed, and man, I've performed in. I've told people, man, I performed in Little League baseball banquets. Dude. I performed in ice cream trucks, inside of an ice cream truck.
Yeah, man.
Like, all kinds of bullshit, man.
Yo, well, before we get out of here, dude, we're talking about old times, man. One of my favorite things that I saw you do way back in the day was, and I don't know if a lot of people remember this, and I don't hear this talked about a lot, but I remember you and Merce had like a WWE fake beef that you had going on, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bro, yeah.
That was so tight. We'd go to shows and you'd be out in the fucking audience while Merce was playing with like a sign that said like fuck 316 or like, and like he would be, and like people really were believing that you guys were. I believed it until like I was talking to you about it, and you found like, hey, on the low, yo, it's all fake.
Oh yeah,
Bro, tell that story, man. I just want to get that story because I want to hear it again. I thought that was so dope.
Well, me and Merce at the time, were both recording with Mums of Word a lot. And I've known Merce forever, dog. I know Merce, I think, since I was like 13. I used to see him at Martin's Records, Pico and Redondo.
Yeah.
And a couple of times I went to his house to watch wrestling and shit. We were both into wrestling big time.
Yeah.
And with our boy Memo, rest in peace. And so, long story short, man, we were talking about making a group called the Brainbusters. And so we did a wrestling song called Introduction to the Brainbusters. It was all about wrestling. And it was on Tags of the Times 3 on Mary Joy, some Japanese label. And the whole plan was, yo, we're going to start a fake beef. This is before the internet. This is like 80s, you know, so the internet was like, you couldn't fact check shit. And so Merce was like, yeah, he went to a in-store at the basement and was like, fuck 2Mex, fuck that fool. He tried, you know,
God, yeah.
he made a story about a chick getting in between us.
Wait, what did you just say? It kind of muffled out. Say that again.
Oh yeah. He said, you know, we just made a fake beef, like a girl was like something about a girl or something.
Okay,
you know? Yeah. 2Mex and this and that, and so people were like in chat rooms, like, yo, Merce is like, fuck 2Mex, and then I was like, all right, fuck it. So I would go. I remember, like, I'd go to shows with like, fuck. Actually, somebody went to a WWF show and had a sign that said, "Merce fears 2Mex." And so it was like, TV and shit. And then, like, I remember I was outside of the LA theater because Merce one time, of course, he gave me a Merce shirt and I had it, but I crossed it out. And then he like walked by and like he like slapped all the like CDs out of my hand and shit.
Yeah, I love it.
Slapped them out of my hand. And we were in a show in Sacramento and he was like calling me out, trying to freestyle battle me and all kind of shit, you know. And so what happened was that people thought it was real, but honestly, like, two things happened, man. One was that Memo passed away. So in the script of what we were gonna do, Memo was kind of like the manager. Like, he was the manager. He was the Brainbusters manager.
Oh, the manager.
Yeah, he was our manager. Like so, kind of like around that time, you know, Rob won and Memo passed. You know.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like so, and we both got real busy. I think he signed to Def Jux too. You know.
Yeah.
So we only made one song. We actually only made two songs. But what happened was, on my side, man, like, some of the homies from the Afterlife, or like even Mexican fools, like, they took it. They didn't understand, you know, because we were keeping it a secret. And, you know, man, I had some Mexican dudes that were just like, you know, fuck this dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it got a little like, you know, shit could
get real, yo. Like,
yeah, shit got real quick. And I won't name the members, but shit, a couple members of Living Legends called me like, hey man, because Merce didn't even tell them, you know.
Yeah, but that was the beauty of it. Like, none of us knew. Like, nobody knew.
Oh, dude, I had a couple members of the Legends like, yo man, I don't know what's going on with you and Merce, but like, you know, I just want you to know, man, I got love for you, dog. But I don't know what's stopping, dog. But on the other side, some of the homies from the Afterlife or whatever were like, what, fuck this motherfucker. Like, you know, don't slow down, dog. So we kind of put it into it. So we kind of like killed it. It was like a combination of us being busy and then Memo passing.
Yeah.
But the dope thing about that story is that, man, and I give Merce a lot of credit, was right before my boy Memo passed, was my best friend and shit. The dopest shit was one time Merce called me and I was in like Seattle or something with the Visionaries. Yeah. And he was like, what are you doing, man? I got a ticket for you for WrestleMania. And he's like, dude, you're doing in a limo and all this shit. And I was like, it was like WrestleMania 2000. And I was like, damn, fool. I was like, I'm in Seattle with the Visionaries. And I was like, take Memo. And dude, he took Memo. And it was like Memo's greatest day ever, dog.
Oh, that's dope.
Memo went in a limo and fucking went to WrestleMania. And it was like The Rock versus Triple H. And I know Merce like The Rock, Memo loved Triple H, and Triple H beat The Rock. And I mean, I remember like it was just like my boy's greatest day, you know?
Yeah, it was like your boy's wedding, kind of muffled out.
Oh, dude, it was a great. They fought the ticket.
Yeah.
And shit. So, you know, I always have love for Merce for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and there's been other times actually. There was another WrestleMania where he hit me up. It's funny, man. He hit me up one time like, I got a ticket. You want to go to WrestleMania? And I was like, I'm in Arizona. And then there was another time where I had tickets to SummerSlam, and he was like, I'm in Arizona. So it was kind of like one of those things. So like, you know, we got that bond and shit.
Yeah.
In fact, it's weird that you brought that up, because just 2 days ago, just 2 days ago, it's funny you brought that up, because just 2 days ago, I was on shrooms, and I was shrooming, and I was geeking out on some WWE, and there's this dope wrestler from Japan named Shinsuke Nakamura, who he's from New Japan Wrestling, and he just got picked up by the WWE, and his intro is so motherfucking incredible that I was like shrooming out. I must have watched his intro like 100 times. and yesterday I was like, yo, I found the theme song on YouTube, and I recorded it. And I made a remix to one of my songs to the intro.
Ah, dope, dude.
And I even put the video to the intro. And I even last night I was on I just recorded it yesterday, and I was on B-Real TV, and I performed it.
Dope,
and
yeah, I saw that.
Just performing it once, like, I'm like, dude, this is in my set for the next couple months.
That's what's up, bro. And with that dude's getting bigger and shit, people are going to recognize that and be like, yeah.
Oh, dude, the beat is so sick. Like, anybody that... Yeah, I'm gonna play it on K-Day and all that, because it's on some brainbuster shit, and I give Mercer a shout out. So
that's what's up, bro. Well, speaking of wrestling, speaking of shrooms, and speaking of success, bro, I still think it would be a hella successful if 2Mex Hologram Radio, Platform Collection, whatever, started and we booked a pay-per-view, like $20 a person to watch, for me to do DMT for the first time ever.
Yeah, dude. I should do it. Hey, we should do it. You do DMT, and then I do the play-by-play on shrooms.
Oh, bro. Listen, I mean, everybody definitely advise against it, from like somebody who's been completely drug-free their whole life to go straight to DMT might be.
Dude, as long as you don't die, fool, it's ratings gold.
Yeah, of course, bro.
As long as you actually don't
and
pass
then if
away,
I do die, then it's record sale gold, right?
No, then it's jail time gold, fool.
For somebody.
Yeah,
shit.
Nah, you're not gonna die, dog. I've done DMT, dog. It's a beautiful experience. You just have to have a dude like the homie from that used to do Crappy Awesome. He's the dude to do it, man. Arash.
Yeah, Arash.
Arash is the dude that, like, he's your shaman, dog. Like, he's the dude to do it. So.
Yo, one of the main reasons why I never have done drugs is because I feel like a control freak, and I don't ever want to do anything that gets me out of control, or that I'm not in control of what I'm doing. And I always tell those dudes, because we joke about this shit all the time, and so I always tell those dudes, like, hey, yo, man, if I do the shit, man, some of you motherfuckers better be protecting my ass. Like, I was like, you motherfuckers better be like, I better feel safe.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's how you do it, man. You do it in a safe environment. You do it in your house.
I know.
You have a dude there, like Arash, that, like, shaman you in.
Shaman me in and shit.
It only lasts 15 minutes, brother. Like, it'll seem like it lasts an hour in your mind, but it only lasts 50 minutes, dog. Like, it's not a bad thing to do, man. I'm all for mind expansion.
These fools is talking about seeing God and shit. I'm like, I want to see God. Shit. What's up, man? See some geometry and shit. You know what I mean? Some sacred geometry up in that bitch.
The time I did it I've done it twice. The time I did it that I remember, it was pretty amazing. You know what I mean?
That's what they say.
Crazy,
listen,
though. Yeah.
It probably won't happen, though, because, I probably won't die, but I'm pretty sure I might end up with a divorce.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't want to do that. But you know what, man? Like, Eddie did it, and it changed Eddie completely.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a much more calm person, man. Eddie used to be
How much more calm could he be? That fool's already mellow as fuck, bro. That dude be chilling.
It's made him more chill, dude. Like, you know what I mean? So it depends, man. Like, I mean, it from what I remember, man, it was really intense, and, like, I mean, dude, it's like being inside of like the game Tetris. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what people describe it as. I've heard that.
I remember it being like I listen to music when I've done it. So, like, I was somewhere in a cabin, I think, and they were doing they had a spot like Spotify or whatever, like Pandora.
Yeah.
And it was the Gorillaz channel. You know the Gorillaz?
Oh shit! So that's some trippy ass music.
Like the Gorillaz and like and shit like that. There was like a bunch of down tempo shit. So dude, I just remember sitting there like closing my eyes, and it was like this beautiful game of Tetris.
That's
like
a trip.
To the beats, dog, and you know. There's a little more to it, but you know.
Well, I don't know if I'll be doing it, but I guess, you know, if we sold enough pay-per-view spots and I made enough money, I guess never say never. You never know. But
hey, man, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad idea, man. That's not a bad idea. You can if you put it out there like in a flyer, you probably get a couple thousand people to pay $20, dog, and it might be worth it.
Make 20 grand.
I'm gonna give you 40 racks.
Dude, 40 racks off of just like never.
40 racks for 15 minutes of just a mind expansion is not a bad hustle, man.
Yo, it might. Hey, maybe that's the way. You know, pay off the house or some shit. You know. But hey, man, thanks. Hey, I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad that we got to kind of shoot the shit at the end and talk about some old times and shit, man. That's really dope. I think the people will be into that. But tell them where they can find you and tell them what they should be looking out for. Give them last plugs before we get out of here.
Well, yeah. I love 2mex.com is the official site that my label Water the Plants created for me. So that's just a site where you can find out the tour dates, and you could pre-order the Lostpital album. The album drops August 15th. But if you want to order it before then, you can pre-order it, and it gives you 3 songs right off the top. It actually gives you the song you produce, Insta Snapface. It gives you Lostpital, and it gives you Lostpital, Insta Snapface, and Bollywood Squares. So those are 3 songs that it gives you, and then it doesn't even charge you. Like, I heard that if you pre-order the album right now, like, iTunes won't even charge you until August 15th. So you can just
still give you the songs, huh?
And yeah, it gives you 3 songs, and then you get charged later or whatever. But it's only like $8, so it's a dope record. It's really worth it, and I'm all about it. If you want to check out the Lostpital video, go to YouTube, 2mex Lostpital, or go to watertheplants.org. Or if you're in LA, and if you're awake on Saturday night, Sunday morning at 2 a.m, just turn on KD 93.5 FM, and you'll hear some LA synth and some all kind of dope shit.
What's up, bro? And if they want to connect directly with you, how do they do that?
2mex OMD on IG is the best way. 2mex MEX OMD for Mexican Scent, and that's pretty much it, man. Facebook and Twitter and all that, I rarely check all that. I don't have a Snapchat, but IG's kind of like the one social media vice I got. So.
Yeah, me too. I go pretty hard on IG.
Yeah, I'm pretty much, I'm on that all the time. So,
well, that's what's up, man.
And yeah, man, that's about it.
Well, you guys go pre-order that album, Lostpital, especially that Insta Snapface, produced by your boy Cookbook. If you want to get at me, at Cookbook the PR on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything, man. Maybe even MySpace. I'm not even sure, bro, but check it out. At Cookbook the PR, and if you want to contact me directly, cookbookings@gmail.com for any booking. If you want to book a coaching or consultation session, maybe 2mex needs a coaching session, he'll email me and he'll book. And the first one is always free, my man. Always free.
Go, dude. What do you life coach?
I do success coaching. I do consultation for artists where I help them put their plans.
Awesome.
I help them put their plan together. If they're not artists, we can talk about like life shit or like success or career type shit.
Yeah, man. I'm happy for you, brother, because I feel you, man. People always tell me like, it's dope. I'm happy. People always tell me I should be a life coach when I quit rapping.
Well, you know what was happening was all these guys were coming to me, mostly artists, and they were, I was coaching them, whether it be in music, and then it started moving into different things of their lives, So I said, man, I need to get paid to do this. So I actually went and got certified. So I'm actually a certified life and success coach, bro. And so I turned it into a business. So the first one's always free, and then my prices are very fair. And so yeah, I'm coaching people. I got a group coaching thing that I do every Sunday morning with like multiple people at once. It's called the Goal 100, and we just help people focus on their goals and stuff. And that's what I tell people. Just email me cookbookings@gmail.com if they're interested in any of that shit, man. But yeah, it's really fulfilling, and it's I want to help people. Like even the whole time, whether it's music or anything that I'm doing, like I've always wanted to just help people. So it's just another way I could do it, bro. So yeah, man.
I'm happy for you, man. Handle it.
Thanks, bro.
What's up, man? Shit, right. I'll be seeking some advice soon. For sure, dude.
All right, people. Well, that's 2Mex. I'm Cookbook, and this is Really Though. Really Though.
Late.
Really though.
Yo, that was my interview with the one and only 2Mex of Mexican descent, Visionaries, Look Daggers, many other crews, man. He's been there, done that, lost a leg, and lived to tell about it, man. It was so cool talking to him, man, because for somebody who's been through so much, especially in the past year, he's got such a positive attitude, and he really has a good plan. I'd say he's got it more together than maybe in a long time, man, and I'm really proud of what he's doing. Anyway, this is Really Though. If you want to support this podcast, please share it with your friends, man. When these come out, you can grab a link off of Stitcher or iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts, even from platformcollection.com. Tweet it out. Do an Instagram picture and tag me in it, and I'll say what's up to you. Put me in your Instagram stories, man. Please help me out. Another way you can help out is on Stitcher or iTunes or wherever. You can 5-star this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me 5 stars. Leave me a rating. Tell me how much you love what we're doing. Also, you can always email me, like I said, cookbookings@gmail.com. I'm always looking for suggestions on how I could make this show better. And also, if there's a topic that you want me to discuss, if you have a question or there's something about success or mind states or principles that you want me to address, hit me up, man. cookbookings@gmail.com. Another way that you can support the podcast is by supporting me directly. Coming to shows, building with me, sharing my shit on social media, and more importantly, support me by buying some merch, man. Go to musicbycookbook.com. You'll find all of my albums. You can order CDs. There's iTunes links to all of my music. And also, I got shirts there. I got 2 different cookbook designs, and I do have a Really Though design, which is hot as hell. So go there, and that's a great way to support, because as an artist, making money off my art is what helps me keep making money off my art, helps keep me making art. So if you like what I do, or you like what any of these artists out there do, support them with your dollars and support them on social media. Anyway, this is me, Cookbook. If you're listening to this right away when it comes out, August 3rd, I'll be at the Platform Collection's 3rd anniversary party. Me and Flynn's new album, Best in Class, is going to be coming out in September. We just finished mastering it. We're shooting a video this weekend. A lot's going on with your boy Cookbook, and you'll hear new and even more announcements shortly as soon as we get this shit rolling. Anyway, this is Really Though. Shout out to Platform Collection, all my sibling podcasts. Shout out to Kali with Status Escalade, with Bars Weekly. Shout out to Crappy Awesome. Shout out to 2Mex Hologram Radio, 2Mex Hologram Podcast. Shout out to 60 East. Shout out to Orca, Young Orca, my man. Orchestrated Podcast. You know how we do, Noah James. And everybody else who got a podcast on the network. Once again, thank you to 2Mex for joining me. This is Really Though. We'll see you next month, y'all. Peace. Really Though.
Really though.